Hello and welcome to another episode of the Emigrate Canada CIC News podcast. My name is Monty, and as regular listeners will know, I've spent the last 25 years promoting Canadian immigration all around the world. And I'm here to spread the message that immigrating to Canada is actually pretty easy and very straightforward as long as you have the right information. This is why I made a best-selling guide called Canada Made Simple. It's available all around the world through Barnes & Noble, Amazon and all great booksellers at less than $30. I can absolutely say this is going to be the best $30 you're going to spend in this entire expensive process. You're going to find out exactly how to make your own application straight from the experts. You're going to save literally thousands on so-called migration agents and lawyers' fees. And even if you are planning on using an agent or a lawyer, then find out about the process in detail so you can ask them the right questions at the right times and make sure that your agent is on point. There's also a ton of things you can do yourself to save loads of money on lawyers' fees and to help speed up the process. I cover all aspects of moving to Canada, such as express entry, federal skilled worker, federal skilled trades, Canada Experience Class, work permits, spouse visas, student visas, and troubleshooting an application. And before we move on, you can find out more at canadamadesimple.com. Today we're going to answer the question, can I sponsor my spouse or partner for Canadian immigration? The answer is quite possibly yes, because bringing families together and reuniting families is one of the main aims of Canada's entire immigration system. So here is how you can sponsor your loved one for Canadian permanent residency status. First up, who can actually sponsor? So who can actually act as the sponsor to bring people into Canada? Well, Canadian citizens, obviously, but also permanent residents may sponsor their spouse, common law partner, or indeed boyfriend or girlfriend to obtain Canadian permanent residency. And it goes without saying that the Department of Immigration in Canada, IRCC, does recognise all same-sex relationships, the same way as heterosexual relationships. So next up, most people say to me, hey, Monty, what's the eligibility criteria for sponsors? Well, the eligibility criteria to sponsor your spouse, common law partner, boyfriend, girlfriend is as follows. Quite simply, you must be 18 years old. You must either be a Canadian citizen, a Canadian permanent resident. You must be able to show that you can meet the financial needs of your sponsee or your loved one in Canada. You must demonstrate that you're not receiving social benefits or social assistance, unless, of course, it's a disability benefit or disability assistance. If you're a Canadian citizen currently living overseas or abroad, not in Canada, you'll need to demonstrate that you intend to live in Canada with your partner as soon as they gain permanent residency. And permanent residents, though, those permanent residents looking to sponsor must actually reside in Canada at the time of submitting their sponsorship application. So, in conclusion, if you're a Canadian citizen, you could be based abroad when you make the application. If you're a permanent resident and yet to get citizenship status, you must physically be in Canada when you lodge the application. Other questions I get are, Monty, who can you actually sponsor? And again, answer is relatively straightforward. Sponsored individuals obviously have to be 18 years old, but fall into one of the following categories. They must either be your common law partner. This means that they're not legally married to you, but they have been living with you for at least 12 consecutive months. They must either be your spouse. This means your partner is legally married to you. They can also be classed as your conjugal partner, which sounds very antiquated, although technically means that your partner is not legally married to you, has been in a relationship with you for at least a year, lives outside of Canada, but is unable to marry you due to religious, legal, or some other cultural obstacles. So, how then does one submit a sponsorship application to the IRCC? Well, you need to submit two applications, the sponsorship application and a permanent residency application. And interestingly, the IRCC asks you to submit both of these applications together at the same time. So step 1 is confirm you meet the eligibility criteria to sponsor. And for a real breakdown of that eligibility criteria, head over to canadamadesimple.com, where you'll be able to find all of the information that you need. Step 2 is to download the application package directly from the IRCC's website. And again, canadamadesimple.com, you can find the direct link through there to the website. You must pay all of the fees directly on the IRCC's website. Okay, so the examples of these fees include biometric fees, the right of permanent residence, visa processing, etc. And then step 4 is physically mail both of those applications, so the sponsorship application and the permanent residency application, together at the same time to the IRCC. Once your application has been approved, you and your spouse, partner, must also carry on to fulfill certain legal obligations. Okay? You're financially responsible for your loved one for at least 3 years. Your partner is not allowed to then go on and sponsor another person for at least 5 years after they then obtain Canadian permanent residency. So again, this is a very high-level overview of exactly how you can sponsor your spouse or partner for Canadian immigration. Again, this is a process that from the outside looking in, if you're about to start this process, you're going to look at it and you're going to think, crikey, this is a really in-depth application. And it does require time, okay? It does require time to get all the elements of the application in place. Is it difficult? Not necessarily so. Is it designed to be straightforward? Yes, it is. Is it designed to be done by yourself without a migration agent or without the use of a lawyer? Absolutely, yes, it is. So this is why we've put together our dedicated Canada Made Simple international bestseller. It's available all around the world in every single country via Amazon, via Barnes & Noble, and it costs less than $30, and it is an absolute walkthrough of everything you're going to need to know to make your own successful Canada visa application. So good luck.